today we are setting out on our Bronte Society Spring Walk, which this year we are doing in partnership with Bradford Fair Trade Zone. Every year we go on a walk around about this time, generally try and go somewhere with a Bronte connection, and this year we've teamed up with Bradford Fair Trade Zone because they're having their International Festival of Fair Trade Walks, and this year the theme for the walk is a literary connection, so it's a perfect kind of partnership, and we are walking from the St James Church in Thornton through to Haworth, following a route very similar to the one that the Bronte family would have taken in 1820 when the family moved from Thornton, where Patrick was curate, through to the village of Haworth, where they settled for the remainder of their days. It's about an 8-mile walk. We've got a really good turnout of some of our members and local fair trade supporters. We'll finish in Haworth with cake and a bit of a talk about Patrick Bronte and his social justice campaigns. So we're in the middle at the moment of what we call our bicentenary period. So the first of the famous Bronte sisters, Charlotte Bronte, was born in 1816 on this very day. So last year we celebrated 200 years since her birth, and this year is 200 years since the birth of Branwell, the Bronte brother. And the bicentennials will continue until 2020. We've got Emily next year in 2018 and Anne in 2020. But the Brontes had an impact, have an impact in terms of tourism throughout this part of Yorkshire. We're in Thornton at the moment, which is where Patrick served as vicar before he moved to Haworth. And the 4 famous Bronte siblings were born in Thornton. The church that we're in now has got a wonderful Bronte exhibition about the time that the family were here. But it's the village of Haworth that's most connected with the family. The parsonage is obviously open to the public as a museum containing artefacts and manuscripts that visitors can look around and really get an idea of the environment that the Brontes are brought up in and that was so important to their creative development. And also the village of Haworth itself is, it hasn't changed a huge amount since the Brontes were here, so people are able to come and really experience the landscape and the environment that so influenced the Brontes. And then you've got, the whole of West Yorkshire. Most villages have a Bronte connection of sorts. There's a Bronte Way that goes from, I think it's Dewsbury through to Wycollar in Lancashire, and they've really had a huge impact on the tourism for sort of the 20-mile radius around Haworth. So we're really pleased to be partnering with Bradford Fair Trade Zone. Because we do a spring walk every year, and because it was their time for the International Festival of Fair Trade Walks with a literary walk connection, we just thought it was a perfect time to team up. And Patrick Bronte was a real kind of campaigner for social justice. He was a keen abolitionist. He fought for good water quality, for better representation for mill workers, and these are all themes which kind of continue through and are exemplified in the work that Fair Trade do today to get a fair deal for producers. Their toilet twinning scheme is probably something that Patrick would have looked on very fondly because he was such a campaigner for clean water. So the kind of synchronicity of the whole thing was so good that we really wanted to link up and formalise it with this partnership, and it's lovely to see a lot of our members here along with kind of local fair trade campaigners, and we're really looking forward to setting off on the walk and really making our mark today.